Hello and welcome to Straight Dude Date Night, a show where two straight dudes go on a date and they review it. My name is David Stallings and I am one of the straight dudes.
And I am Ricky Rivera, the other straight dude.
Today, we got early screening. We got it. We did it. We did it before you. So now we're hyping up this movie for you. We did it. We saw Dumb Money today.
Oh yeah, we're in the 1% that saw it.
That's right. That theater was packed, but we had to really search for a theater showing the movie right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's made about $300,000 in the last week of small screenings. Mm-hmm. And we were a part of that, so
we added the money to that number. So you're welcome. And I feel snobby now because I got to do that.
Yeah, I feel like we're on the other end, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we're holding the line.
Yeah.
We're the ones.
we're holding the line and we're up in the hype for everyone else to go see this movie.
Go see it.
This is a great movie. This is this will be interesting. This feels good. This feels good.
So this is going to come out before the movie technically releases.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, weird. I mean, it's out. Theaters are showing it.
This just means that we are real critics now. Because we got to see the movie before other people did. Sure, other peasants did too, but we got to see it before the majority of people.
Listen, we were here first.
We were here first, okay? I bought into GameStop very early on, and now we're all on the same team when everyone else decides to see the movie too.
Dude, I wish I had bought into GameStop. I so wish I had.
You were aware of all this stuff going on, right?
Yeah.
When it happened?
I remember it all happening, but I don't really... I try not to indulge in the stock market like that because I have a very addictive personality and I will be hooked.
Well, nowadays it is just straight up gambling, so I get it. It's
always been gambling.
It's
literally gambling. Anybody that says the stock market's not gambling isn't thinking about it big picture enough. It's what it... I know it's deeper than that, but at the end of the day, you can lose your money and you can gain your profit. It's a safer gambling if you're smart about it.
If you're smart, but then everything collapses. And let me give the synopsis of this movie in case there are people out there who don't know what this is about.
Yeah, this isn't really that's the nice thing about doing a movie a week, like reviewing and putting it out before it actually comes out. You already all know the story.
Yeah. Luckily, this one is an extremely recent true story that all of us were aware of because we were all locked up in our houses during it.
Yeah.
So we all were on the internet and seeing all of this going on.
Yeah, it's only 2 years old.
Yeah, barely. So yeah, Dumb Money is based on a true story from 2 years ago. Kind of 3, but during the height of COVID, there was a guy in his basement streaming and came up with the idea that or realized that there were hedge funds that were going to short GameStop in particular, and he decided to invest in it and also post his opinions about it on YouTube and Reddit, which then created a following where Wall Street Bets on Reddit started shooting their investments into GameStop and heading to the moon, which shot GameStop up to, I think, a height of $450 when it started at $3. And
I like the stock.
Yeah, I like the stock. That's it. It's so simple. And this movie's basically the story of all of the craziness around it, the height of it around January 2021, people trying to hold the line of this internet mob, all investing together, not selling, and all of the corrupt stuff that happened behind the scenes, which is indeed horrible.
Yeah.
If you keep up with the news at all, then you'll remember this. This is extremely recent, and it's wild that this movie came out already.
Yeah, one of the coolest things about Dumb Money and that whole story in general is that it's one of the rarest cases of internet dubs.
Yes.
Like this is one of the few times in history where random people on the internet all agreed on doing one thing, one objective. And when those moments happen, it's the coolest thing because people are so cruel on the internet.
Yeah, the internet is the worst place in the world, and it's everywhere.
It really is. But every now and again, when you can get some big dubs, it's like, man, I love to see that. I love it.
Well, I was thinking about it, too, because I think that they said at the height of it, they had like 8 million people potentially on Wall Street Bets involved with this, right?
That's insane.
absolutely bonkers. But I was thinking about it too. That is not 8 million random people in the world, right? Like you have YouTube channels that have that many subscribers, and it's like, wow, that's crazy. But it's also there's 8 billion people on Earth. This was 8 million Americans all involved in investing on this.
Yeah.
Like that's a substantial amount of people all in one place.
It's a lot of degenerates, man. you love to see it, honestly.
Yeah.
Myself included. I wish I was there with all y'all, holding it down in the stonks.
Yep. I wish I was there as well. A buddy of mine he was involved with it and told me about it like at its height, and he's like, bro, it worked.
It worked. And then wasn't it within like the next year, the AMC one had happened?
Yes.
And then Dogecoin came around, and then the meme coin started coming in. Well,
I think the crazy thing from this, the stat that they showed at the end of the movie, which was that 85% of hedge funds are now keeping up with the internet, like meme trading or retail trading now because of what happened.
Of course, yeah. I mean, they're gonna always find a way to manipulate that market. They have all the money. They can outbeat us all immediately.
Yeah, but it scared them from doing the shorts as much now because that's still that's public information when that's happening, and people catch wind of that and everything goes bad.
Yeah, that is wow, that's crazy.
Insane story. That said, this is the kind of story that I think if people see it, they're going to leave the theater very mad that this had to happen at all. Like I love how intense this movie was. And that the little guys won. There's a ton of people in America who benefited from this event that happened.
Oh, yeah.
I remember reading the stories on Reddit when it was going down. It's amazing. Also, you should be extremely mad about the corrupt stuff that happened with Robinhood and the investment firms. I was mad leaving. It was like, I can't believe this happened. This is so irritating.
I mean, it's just something that they've never really experienced before. It's a new era where everybody can invest whenever they want. Yeah. Because, I mean, the last biggest time that happened would have been like something like The Big Short, where those guys bet against the housing market. Yeah. But back then, they didn't have a Robinhood to do that.
That was only like the people who benefited from that were very slim.
Could you imagine, though, that happening nowadays, like that same exact thing, but with the internet being as popular as it is?
If
that would be insane.
If that one guy who came up with the idea just started posting online about it, and that would have been, I mean,
they would have saved the world.
I don't know about that, but
that was I remember hearing about all of that happening, but I was working such crazy hours that like around that time I just was not as involved on the internet. Yeah. But I do remember hearing about this and reading a few articles on this guy. It's just pretty cool.
Yeah. I remember having a talk with my dad about it when it was going on, like beginning of January that year, and at the time it made me mad too. Not as like I'm jealous, and I think this movie did a good job of portraying that this kind of situation really sucks because someone gets hurt. And like the main mentality of Wall Street Bets was that we are undoing these billionaires and the hedge firms. But I liked that in this movie they showed that, like, our main guy we watched was Seth Rogen, who has 3 kids and a wife, and he has a family and people depending on him. And like, yeah, it was much less people got screwed over, but also people got screwed over because of it. So it's a horrible situation either way.
He was fine though. He got bailed out. He's good to go.
He did get bailed out, so it was fine. So like
that's what they're trying to show is it doesn't matter how hurt they get. They're just gonna get bailed out again. Yeah. And again, I mean, didn't this happen?
No, it said that his company didn't get bailed out. 2022, it said they shut down.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah,
but Ken Griffin's did not. That's what, and they didn't get all the charges against them were dismissed, which is garbage.
So I was just reading before we started filming that Ken Griffin,
I think.
Ken Griffin in real life is suing Nick Offerman for the way he portrayed him in the movie.
Why?
Because he can.
Nick Offerman did nothing. He did barely anything in this movie. All he had to do was stay stoic during it. It's like,
he's got the money. Of course he's going to just send it.
Yeah.
Why not?
I guess so, yeah. But
throw it out there, see what sticks, man.
there's no way. I mean,
Nick Offerman was just like, this is silly. This is dumb.
Bro, I did the audition, and then this is what they told me to do. It's not my decision. If you're going to sue anyone, sue the director.
Somebody had to have given him the warning beforehand, though.
There's no way. I would assume, based on a true story of real people, like in very recent past, that you reach out to folks and are like, hey, by the way, we're making a movie about you. You will be depicted in the film. And like get people to sign off on it. That's how I perceived these movies to be done when they're on the recent past. But I guess not.
I don't know.
This guy can sue after the movie's done.
He's probably just mad because he was portrayed as a bad guy, and they got to save face in real life.
Yeah.
Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Let me save face of how I'm not a bad guy. Let me sue Nick Offerman, the guy who's portraying me in a movie.
Yeah, that's a weird pick.
That's a bad guy move.
Of the team to sue is the actor instead of like suing the production team or the writers for like libel or something like that.
Yeah,
that's weird.
There could have been something in place maybe where they knew that it'd be easier to target one actor instead of the whole team.
That's super weird.
Yeah, that was about the only interesting fact. Everything else I was finding was like, these people have starred together in this movie. It's like, bro, I don't care about that.
I don't care about that.
Yeah, the only other thing was that the Winklevoss twins, the
What?
guys from Facebook.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They were producers in this. They were pretty passionate about dumb money.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's the only other interesting fact I had.
That's odd.
I guess they just wanted to be a part of it. Maybe they felt a personal connection.
Bro, so I will say this is the first time I've seen Pete Davidson in something that I really liked him.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I usually am not a big fan of Pete Davidson, but this movie was really fun for him. I think it's because he wasn't the lead.
He wasn't the lead. He was the supporting character, and he had an easy, like the persona he had. Pete Davidson fits very well, which is like degenerate. And I know whatever he does, I don't know him, but that's the vibe he gives off, and he executed it perfectly in the movie, and it was hilarious.
I thought Pete Davidson was like a New Yorker through and through, though. Maybe I'm misunderstanding Pete Davidson, because I feel like a guy like that would never be caught dead wearing a Celtics shirt. There's actors that have been like that. Ben Affleck was like that in Moneyball. He said that he would not wear a Red Sox hat for the movie. Like they literally had a holdout for a whole week because he would not wear a Red Sox. Or no, maybe it was the Yankees. It was the other. Sorry, it was the other way around. What? It was. He's from Boston. Sorry. Ben.
Get your facts straight. Please. They're gonna yell at you.
Please. Let me start that over.
Start it over. They're gonna yell at you.
Yeah, Ben Affleck in Moneyball wouldn't wear a Yankees hat because he's so diehard Boston.
Stay focused.
Yeah, that the movie had to have a holdout because he literally would not wear the hat. So the director sat him down and they were like, "Dude, it's just a hat," and he was like, "It goes deeper. I'm never gonna live it down."
There's gonna be photos of me circulating.
Ever.
It'll always be. They're gonna use it as propaganda.
They're gonna hate me. Which I mean, that's bad blood. But Yankees and Red Sox fans will take that to the grave. That is just. I respect it. Personally, I think that's hilarious.
Couldn't be me.
It's my morals.
I have no idea what this. I can't fathom this.
He told the director. He said, "Look, I love you to death, and I would do anything for you, but I will not put on that hat."
So I won't do anything for you.
I won't do anything for you. Sorry, bud.
I will not do anything
That's where I draw
for
the
you.
line. So I don't know. I thought Pete Davidson. I thought he was true New York, but I guess not.
Guess not. Well, when there's money in front of your face, you do the right thing. You wear the jersey, bro.
Yeah. No, Pete Davidson was He was good. He was really good there. I mean, we saw him in Transformers.
We didn't see him in Transformers. He was
saw
a
him.
robot. He was a robot.
It was the same thing.
No, it's not.
You knew it was him.
Nope.
Robot kind of looked like Pete Davidson, honestly.
No, it didn't.
They were both just as like scrawny and tall and
incorrect.
Skinny.
There was, if you didn't mention to me that it was Pete Davidson, I don't think I would have known in the movie in Transformers.
Oh, dude, how do you not know? It's just Pete Davidson.
Because I don't care about him. I don't keep up with him. I think this was my first time really seeing him in a piece of media, because I don't watch SNL, which I know is where he started up on. He had The King of Staten Island, which I did not care about, so I didn't see it. Transformers may have been my first time seeing him in something, but he wasn't in it. He was a voiceover. This was my first time seeing him. And I was like, dang, you did really good, man.
I liked King of Staten Island.
I didn't see it. I don't have an opinion on it.
You should watch it. It's good.
Okay, well, maybe I will, now that I kind of like him. I like his vibe in this movie. If he has more of that.
That's his typecast. That's all he does. And everything he does. It's just that same exact character that does not care about anything. That's literally him.
He steals the car. He's a meme person. That's all he is.
That's all he is.
His username on YouTube is balls. Like, yeah. Dude, the fact that they went so hard into meme culture with this movie, though, was so funny.
Yeah, they really went all out for it. It was pretty good.
Yeah,
they had a lot of good memes in there. A lot of Reddit memes, man. I'm not a Redditor. I don't go on Reddit a whole lot.
I don't either, not that much.
But I did enjoy seeing some of like those montages of Reddit memes and stuff like that, because you know about it if you're in some sort of social media space with people our age. You've seen some of it, but Redditors are deep, man. They go deep.
Well, it's such lunacy is the thing. It's so funny to me that they showcase that the community around this when this went down was like almost to the level of like this was a religion. Oh yeah. In a way, like when they're reading Mr. Gill's, the main character, his post about like there's the lions and the hyenas and we need to rise up as the lions or something like that while the billionaires are eating their Wagyu steak, and it's like, bro, this is not, you're not on a podium. I guess you are kind of on a podium, but bro, you're not having like a full-blown speech in front of Congress right now.
I love it. I love that mentality on the internet. It's just a bunch of degenerates just being so committed to just one goal. Yeah. I love seeing those kinds of things. I mean, I am on Twitter a lot more. So
yeah, a different kind of degeneracy.
Oh, it's the same. I mean, Reddit is definitely Twitter on crack, because it's way more anonymous. Like people are just so gung ho on what they say. Yeah. But I mean, I get it though. I respect the stand strong, hold the line, blah blah blah. Because I got my group of Twitter people that like I'd ride or die with, no matter what. You know what I mean?
Right. They tell you to buy the stock. You buy it immediately.
We all meme together. There's a group of us. We all know that we'll meme it out together. So I totally get it for something like this with Reddit mods wanting to hold the line.
Well, I loved that because this movie they did a good job of making it feel intense, even though there was not a literal mob. Like there was no real physical chaos that happened around this. It was all just over the internet in an app and just investing. That's it. But they did a good job of showing the intensity of it. But what I loved is that they kept breaking the intensity by showing montages of what was happening on Reddit and showing all of the memes, and everyone laughs during this. As you see all of the memes of the apes rising up, apes are strong together. And I remember my buddy was sending me that stuff at the time. He was showing it to me and he's like, bro, you gotta check this out. And I didn't fully believe him at the time.
I usually complain about movies when they try to relate to a younger audience, like people in our age. Yeah. I know it's something I've talked about before when, you got the gaming mentality or the social media mentality.
And that really came up in Gran Turismo most recently.
Yes. But this movie, they did a pretty good job of being in touch with like actual internet comments. Yeah. I thought that every time they showed internet comments, I was like, yes, this is hilarious. They're so accurate. Just one random guy, you're a nerd. That's the internet. Thank you, YouTube commenter. YouTube commenters are just so toxic. They just they're just so random.
It was all
who comments on videos.
Yeah, you could tell when they were showing all the comments that like these are real. These are. I don't know about the YouTube streaming ones at the very beginning because those seem like comic relief. But showing like some of the comments on Reddit specifically, you could tell all of those were like, yeah, we are all memeing on this together.
Oh yeah, and they show the TikToks and stuff like that of
Mhm.
actual trends and people doing the different challenges and whatnot.
Yeah.
Those moments felt very in touch.
Mm-hmm.
But then the flip side to it, when they would show storylines of random people who were investing in this that have nothing to do with the main character other than they're just followers,
Mm-hmm.
some of those moments felt very out of touch.
Which one in particular are you thinking of? Because we had a lot. This movie had a lot of like quote B plots.
Yeah,
where they were just on their own, random people investing.
Yeah, I think that was just to showcase how it's really affecting, because you could tell the story of the one guy, but it really is about everybody else, that, you know, the everyday people like you and me who are investing that aren't just like this one guy who all he does is look up internet stocks and whatnot. The one that comes to mind though that was kind of cringy was the GameStop employee.
Yes.
He was cringy pretty much every time they showed his story arc. Mm-hmm. You know, and he's doing like, I could do the TikTok challenge for the, you know, Ratchet. It was weird.
Yeah, that
was a bit cringy.
That line was odd. I think that was probably the weakest one that we had. But it showed like even the GameStop employee is trying to get in on the GameStop stock. That one was the weirdest, though.
It was definitely a little cringy. Some of the music was a little bit like, it felt so random. Like, why is the movie opening with WAP?
Why are we doing this song to start it off, man?
Like, I laughed. It felt very out of place, but it was funny.
See, I felt like, you know, when I hear WAP, I think of it as a meme now, okay? It's such a bizarre song to me. And this entire movie is focused on meme culture.
Yeah. So
that was the only like reasoning I could think of for why they would start the movie with WAP. While this random man is just running on a track, and it's like there are no women to be talking about like this with WAP, but that's how we're starting the movie.
It's true, and it's all the meme songs from that year as well.
Yeah.
So it makes sense why they had the songs that they chose. It was just so, it's like would take you out for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a weird complaint. Like,
yeah,
the song choices were just so out there.
Yes,
made you laugh every time.
Well, one thing that happened too was that our theater was, for some reason, had subtitles the entire movie. They turned subtitles on, which included having subtitles of the songs, which I feel like I don't pay as much attention to the lyrics of whatever music is playing in a movie.
Oh, yeah.
Unless there are subtitles showing me what's being said. Yes. And these are very explicit songs that I would say that are showing the language on screen, and now it's all I can think about at the moment.
Yeah, the best part of this whole movie was that we were in a theater full of people, which is pretty rare to have a theater full of people. I don't know if you noticed, but most of the people in that theater were older.
Yes.
They were an older generation for sure. So when the lyrics to WAP are being put out on subtitles, because for some reason the movie has subtitles on.
Yeah.
Just hearing the WAP chorus be described, and you look over to your left and there's like a 60-year-old lady who's just here because it's a stock movie, and you're like, yeah, this is our culture.
Yeah.
This is what we
This
did.
is the way our generation invests.
Yep.
Lady, this is how we do it. Any sense of like formality to stocks or anything, gone. We've destroyed it now. Yeah. That's what this movie's about.
Yeah, movies in your era, you know, you had sweet, nice little movies with cute little soundtracks. You know, it was like film was playing on the theater. Yep. You're watching, It's a Wonderful Life. Wow, how beautiful. And then you show up here in 2023. We're playing WAP at the beginning of the movie. Suck on that.
That's a strong start to the movie. Going out. That's a bold start.
Yeah. Yeah, it was definitely an older crowd in there, so that definitely made the movie a bit funnier to me personally. Mm-hmm. Just because every time the memes came on, I knew that we were a small few amount of people who knew what was going on.
Yeah. I felt like other people laughed through the movie, but especially when like they did the Reddit montages, you and I were mainly leading laughter on it.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Because we understood.
Yeah, we knew what was going on.
Yeah. It did not seem like everyone in the theater fully understood.
I loved it. As soon as I saw the ape montage come up, I was in. That's me, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we know you love apes. We know you love monkeys, man.
Especially Planet of the Apes.
Of course,
Have
yes.
you seen those?
I have not. I just know that Together
Dude,
Ape
we gotta
Strong.
watch Together Ape Strong.
Okay,
Dude,
at
we
some
gotta-
point we'll
we
do
gotta
that. At
watch
some
those
point we'll
movies.
do that. I'm sure we'll do
It's
that.
amazing. The movies, they start off with nice James Franco just going to go visit his monkey because he couldn't live with it any longer. And then we're in the final movie and there's there's monkeys shooting guns on horses. It's amazing. Like, how do we get from point A to point F?
I have
It's
no
awesome.
idea.
I'm telling you, man.
I'm sure we'll watch
Great
it at
movies.
some point.
Great movies.
Sure. I trust you.
Look, dumb money.
One of the things that caught me off guard about this movie was that this I think is the first movie we've seen that depicted the real life situation with COVID in not a fictional way, too, where it wasn't just like, I remember this with Glass Onion last year.
Yeah, we've only had one movie we've seen
That was
that portrayed COVID.
in this universe, COVID is happening, and it was not relevant to the movie at all.
Right.
It was kind of bizarre to see a movie depict it now, and it was all a true story, and it's stuff that you're like, the professor's telling you, mask, bring it back up, like,
so triggering.
and we all went through this, so it is triggering at this point to remember what we all went through, remembering that those hearings in Congress for all the people involved with this stock fiasco, all of it was over Zoom.
Yeah.
These and having these bizarre hearings, and the guy is muted while he's giving his testimony and stuff. Like, all of the news reports that they were showing were people on Zoom talking to each other. I thought that was very bizarre to see that.
Yeah.
But it was actually kind of cool to show how that impacted the situation.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, it definitely... I don't think that this GameStop thing would have taken off as crazy high if people weren't at home so much.
Yeah.
Back then. I mean, we were all connected to the internet, but, obviously COVID boosted streaming and us getting into little niche clans on Reddit.
Well, one thing that they mentioned too, that, bro, this movie I did feel like some anger when I left the movie, because thinking back to that time, I understand why they were able to get 8 million people behind this, because we just went through the worst year of everyone's life, 2020. And during that,
my $600
we all got our $600 to try and live off of. And now the little guys are finally having a win with this whole stock fiasco. And then Robinhood shutting down buying and getting involved with all the stock stuff. Like, I can understand why there were people out there who were like, no, we're going to hold. We're going to make this happen. We all went through hell. It's been horrible. And we've all lost people in this past year. This is horrible. We're going to get a win.
Internet dubs. You love to see it.
Just kind of crazy to see that portrayed in the movie finally. Like, it's relevant to a movie now, and be brought back to that era. Like, it was a little bit like... It was a little traumatizing at first as I realized, oh yeah, this is during 2020.
Yeah.
Right. Oh God.
I know.
I don't want to live this again.
Dude, when the GameStop employee he pulled down his mask and they're like, mask up. Oh, triggered. I worked in food during pandemic. And so, man, I know exactly that. Just being like, hey, you put your mask up? Oh, I hated that.
Oh,
I hated it. And I was a manager at that point too, so I also had to be the guy to do that.
yeah.
And I cringed every time. I was just like, man, I love that we're mask up. We work this close together. We also are working this close together, by the way. Where we eat next to each other. Got to sit together. Got to stop the spread. We all have 3 tables that we get to sit at. Got to stop the spread.
Yep.
So weird.
Yeah, it was kind of wild to go back to that. I didn't realize, because they brought up how GameStop managed to stay open during the pandemic too, which I didn't realize, where somehow they managed to convey that they were essential because at the time they were selling computer mice. I didn't realize that.
Computer products, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen that at GameStop. They have like mouses and keyboards and stuff like that.
Which is just crazy to me that that's the case.
Yeah.
That's how they stayed open through the pandemic.
That's impressive. To be honest, they would have shut down. GameStop would not exist if they didn't stay open through the pandemic.
Oh yeah.
Like, I know a percentage of people still buy their games on disc, and we all love GameStop deep down.
Mm-hmm.
But like,
the gamers out there.
Yeah, I mean, to this day, when I'm at the mall and I see a GameStop, I will still stop in there and look around.
Yeah.
Because the inner child in me remembers all those times we'd go to the mall with your mom or your grandma, and they would be like, "Oh no, we're not stopping there. We have things we need to get."
Mm-hmm.
And it's just be like, "But I want to look at the new games.
Yeah.
I want to just act like I'm going to buy it.
I just want to look it over.
I want to just look. What if they have a great pre-owned game? What if they have a good deal? I need to know. I have a GameStop membership. I have my card."
Mm-hmm. It was always such a treat as a kid to go into a GameStop and just walk around.
Play the demo, waiting in line to play the demos. It was the best. So
I love it. And I still love going to the mall up the road and seeing that the GameStop is still there.
Yeah, I will always stop at a GameStop, and every now and again we'll buy stuff. Especially now that GameStop. Like, welcome
I
to
invest in
GameStop.
GameStop.
Yeah. Especially now that GameStop sells cool collectibles. Like, they have like Funko Pops there, and I always end up getting something out of their stuff because they're always so cheap.
I do not recall the last time that I gave money to a GameStop, though. I am not.
Interesting. It's not a real supporter.
No. I don't have a need for any of the stuff that they have in there now.
That's true.
It just doesn't come up.
See, same. Like, I don't buy physical games anymore because I'm all on PC. But that's why I like that they sell other things now. I get Funko Pops every time I go.
No.
I always try to get something. I'm like, dude, it's a GameStop. Got to support that. It feels like exciting for me. It's not even to support them. It's for me. Mm-hmm. The inner child that wanted to buy something at GameStop every time I went to the mall.
Now my mom can't tell me no.
Yeah. I spent the $5 on this Funko Pop.
Yeah, take that, Mom.
Take that, Mom. Send a picture to her. Exclusive. This has exclusively at GameStop on the box. Check this out, Mom. Sucker. She just text you back. Good for you, honey. No, she just be like, who is that? She won't even know probably what I bought. I probably bought something stupid like an anime character or some basketball players.
Yeah.
The Funko Pop.
Yeah. GameStop is just not, it's just not, I wish I went there. Now, I wish that discs were more relevant because as a gamer, I hate downloading games now. I think that's a horrible platform because we get half-made games all the time.
Yeah.
Instead of fully made on a disc and that they can't update after the fact.
Yeah.
That's a whole other tangent that I could go hard into. I get so mad about games now.
I do miss the disc days of gaming. That was fun.
And you can have all of them on display for when your friends come over and they're like, you have so many games, bro.
Dude, one of the best birthday gifts I ever got when I was younger was it was a Master Chief Halo 3 standee that held the game. What? You know when you went into GameStop and they had like on the counter, it was like Master Chief and he's stepping on a rock, and then they had the game in front of him like he was holding it down.
What?
I got one of those.
You had
kid.
that?
It was awesome.
Do you still have this?
I don't think so.
Bro.
It's gotten broken through all the kids that my parents had after. That's what happens. You got young kids around things you like. Shouldn't keep those two things in one place. Learned that at a young age.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, it was awesome. My dad worked in a mall at the time and was friends with the GameStop employees, and they were just going to throw it out. And he was like, can I have it, please? So for my birthday, I came outstairs because the Halo 3 came out the same week as my birthday.
Okay.
I came out to the living room, and they had it there on the table. I pulled out the box. I was so excited. I opened it, empty. It says display case only. It made me wait till the end of the day to get the real game. But man, I loved that thing. I still have both cases though of Halo 3 in my closet.
Yeah?
I just got the one that says display case.
I think all of the games I ever accumulated ended up going to my cousin.
Yeah.
Who he's like 16 now. Because at some point I left for college and my Xbox stayed at home, and my parents just, I don't remember them asking me, but they just gave it away. And it was like, all right, cool. I guess it's done. I guess it's over.
Nah, I still have all my discs.
I guess a chapter in my life has closed.
Dude, I still have all of my 360 games. I still have my 360. I actually just hooked it up the other day to the TV, but I realized I don't have any batteries.
Bro, you need the batteries, bro.
So I got to get some batteries. But I have my 360. I'm ready to load it up, play. I got Gun on there. I've been wanting to play Slugfest. I got a bunch of games I want to play again. My GTA save is in there.
Dude, I got so irritated about having to replace batteries all the time when I was a kid that I actually bought wireless connectors so that I would actually, or not wireless, wired connectors.
Wired connected, yeah.
I had wireless controllers and I opted in to make them wired because I was so irritated with having to change the batteries all the time.
Yeah, I hated that. I had when I was in like the high school age, probably up until like 20, when I was living by myself.
Right.
I had that nice little 2 years of gaming hard. I remember I had 2 chargers for batteries when I was in high school. So I had 2 separate things on walls charging 2 battery packs, and I would just rotate between 3 packs on my controller.
Yep.
So I'd use the one and then switch off to a second one, and then I had the backup just in case. Because, you're a high schooler with a job. You have your own money. Mm-hmm. Why not buy 2 sets of battery chargers, those big chunky ones you plug into the wall? I'm there, bro.
Yeah.
It was awesome. I remember that.
I
hated buying batteries too.
It was so irritating. But even with the rechargeable ones, they wouldn't last.
That's why I would have three sets.
It was so irritating.
That's why I had 3 sets
that.
always
It made
ready.
me so mad that I couldn't play that long with them. I mean, as a teenager as well, I was a degenerate and had too much time on my hands. I wanted to play Call of Duty for 8 hours straight.
Oh, all I did. Call of Duty, Halo, Destiny is all I was doing. I was rotating through batteries.
Bro, I was that horrible kid that you would meet on Call of Duty as an adult, and you're trying to just wind down after a long day, but I'm in the lobby and I destroyed you. I was that 13-year-old who was
try like 360 no scope.
I was
trying so hard.
No, I wasn't doing the 360 no scopes. I was doing like the strats to get the nuke every time. Like I was going insane. I don't have that touch anymore, but I used to.
Oh, dude, it's crazy to watch yourself age. Isn't it weird to like watch yourself become?
No, I'm not aging. That's not the thing.
I'm not aging. I just said that.
I don't think I'm aging.
No, I'm definitely aging. Because there's times where I'll play a game with like my little brother, and he'll try to explain it to me, and I'm just sitting there like, I don't get it. I mean, you guys see it now. I have no clue what I'm doing half the time in video games. I am the one aging. Keep it simple. You guys introduce, like, when there's a, like, let's say, like, in new Call of Duties now, they have tier systems to get unlocks on the guns, and explaining that to me, I'm just like, I don't know what you're saying. You're saying I can't just build a loadout. I just want the P90. That's all. I want the P gun.
Can I use the ump? Can I
get the dual wheel? Do I have a Kimbo? You got to unlock that. Why don't I just have it? What do you mean? How did you get that skin? It's in the what's the battle pass? How do I buy the battle pass?
You paid extra money for this battle pass, boy? Where did you get the money? Whose card did you use for this? You're 10. Where did you get the battle pass from?
Yeah.
Who handed you the ticket?
I'm so out of touch with video games now, bro. It's so bad.
I just play. Dude, I've converted to just playing chess. You're
aging, David. You're getting old. Man.
No, I'm not. Bro, I went to Idaho a few weeks ago for my cousin's wedding, and while I was there, I think he's like my second cousin, so my second cousin, who's like 7, has apparently been getting into chess, and my uncle has been teaching him.
Yeah.
And so I got there, and he's like, David, you want to play chess? I'm like, yes, I haven't played chess in forever, and loved it. Destroy them, but first off, and then
poor kid, he just wanted to play some chess.
No, he had a great time. I taught him a thing or two.
Okay.
And then I get home and logged into chess.com and was like, I'm gonna play this again. I love chess. I proceeded to get destroyed 3 games in a row, tanked my ranking, and was like, all right, I guess I'm not as smart as I thought I was. But I've been climbing back up the ranks. I probably play 1 or 2 chess games every day now.
Awesome.
It's so fun.
You just playing ranked chess? You got money on these chess games?
I don't know about money on it.
I used to work at a retirement home, and there would be a guy that would put in a service request about maybe 3 times a week, because he would delete his chess app. So I always had to come over and reinstall it for him. But he was betting on his chess games. And so I knew when he was really down, because I'd get a text from him. He wouldn't put in the service request through the front desk like everybody else is supposed to. Mm-hmm. He would text my work phone.
Okay.
He somehow got the number by accident. And he just started texting me and was just like, hey, I need the chess reinstalled, please. Thank you. Okay, I guess I'll come over and reinstall the chess game. And sure enough, I'd see his balance is just super low. I'm like, that's bad. That's why it's deleted, because he just raged. Deleted it off his computer.
This older man was just rage quitting off on chess.
Yes. He would go on a losing streak at 3 a.m, delete it, and then text me and tell me he needs me to reinstall it. I know it was super late because I'd look at the text and it'd be 4 a.m.
Bro, you can't play chess super late. I've learned that. You can't. Your brain is not working.
You're playing the other half of the world, probably.
Mm-hmm. And they're fully functional.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm playing some kid in India who's going. They have a chat feature on the website, which is the worst thing they could have thought of. Luckily, you have to accept if someone messages you have to opt into it. But every time I opt in,
of course, you got to see what they're saying. Who's typing in the chess chat?
I had a match at 11 o'clock at night. I was playing. It was with a kid in India who's probably 10 years old and smarter than me.
For sure.
And I'm taking my time on my next move. And about a minute passes, and he sends a message. I opt into it, and all he says is, "Hurry up, American." I'm like, this kid did not just do that to me. And then he did it again in the same match. He kept saying, "Hurry up, American," and then I beat him.
Take that, bud.
Yep. And I said, "Hurry up, Indian," and just left. And it was so toxic in this stupid match, bro.
Oh gosh, I'm sure that. Yeah, I'm sure that.
Actually,
that was
I think
fun.
he was Italian, is what it was, because it said "Hurry up, Italian," and it was so. Oh my gosh, I was so mad. I was so glad I won that stupid match.
Hurry up, Italian! I'm coming for you. That's hilarious, bro. Yeah, it's fun talking to people from around the world. I love it.
That's my gaming experience now with ranked stuff across the world. That's all my online gaming.
It's brutal. The other half of the world, I mean, we're pretty brutal amongst each other, but it's pretty brutal when you start getting into other countries. Then you're like, bro, there's no chance we find each other.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, there's no way. There's not a single way you will ever find me.
Yeah, my odds significantly decrease.
I can say whatever I want to you right now. I can ruin your day.
Yeah, it's hilarious. I mean, you're game with people and you hear them talking. You're like, I don't know. Maybe I go in, maybe I don't. Mm-hmm. Other country, it's just immediate. We're all going in on each other.
Yeah,
we're all gonna just talk smack. Mm-hmm. Unless they're from Canada, then you're always like, "Hey, how's Canada?"
Yep,
I've noticed that. You game with the Canadian, you're like, "Oh, cool, man. What's that like?" It's the only country you ever show interest in.
Well, I had one match where it was with a kid from Japan, and he messaged me during the match, and he's like, "Oh, it's you again. I hope I win this time." And I was like, "Did I beat you before?" And he's like, "Yeah, but I'm going to get you this time." And I'm like, "All right, good luck." It was very cordial, and then I beat him.
That's so nice. That's so heartfelt.
But him, I'm friends with on the chess website now, and sometimes we play together.
I love that.
That's cool to me, being able to do that.
That's fun. See, I'm telling you, internet dubs. Just like dumb money.
My internet dub on chess, equivalent to these people making millions of dollars off of GameStop.
Dude, it's hard to find people on the internet who can be genuine or nice for once.
I don't think
especially in a competitive manner like that, like when you're playing a game with somebody, so rare.
Yeah.
So rare. It's just everybody's so trolly and so memey on the internet. It's just how do you get around it?
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me that
I'm not saying I'm going to fix that. I'm also part of the problem.
Yeah, you are part of the problem.
I am part of the problem.
You are toxic, Ricky.
Of course I'm toxic. It's the internet. Why not?
Of course I'm everything I'm saying I know from experience because I'm anonymous.
Look, look, I'll still get toxic. But if somebody's giving a heartfelt or is genuinely nice on the internet, I'm nice back. I'll be nice back.
No way.
You just gotta start it.
No, there's no way.
Dude, it's happened before. I played a game of Overwatch the other day. Yes, I know, internet. I played Overwatch. Ooh, I know. I'm scary.
Oh, it's scary.
I just hopped in for a game, and after the game, it was a long game. It's one of those ones where it's like, man, both teams are balling out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all of our stats are crazy.
Yeah.
It was one of those kind of games. And afterwards in the chat, normally it would just be like, it's so toxic. Normally it would just be like, kill yourself, blah, blah, blah. This time it was just like, hey, very good rounds, guys. That was fun. Like, everybody just being like, holy, yeah, that was a good game. Like, good GG, everybody. Like, it was cool. Whoa.
GG, everybody. Slap on the butt.
Yeah, everybody was like, they're like commenting each other. Like, Hanzo, you had some crazy shots, bro. Like, they're just like, it's like, what is it? This is weird.
Yeah, that's that moment when you did like Little League baseball or something, and at the end they lined up both teams, and you all have to slap hands. You're shaking hands with everyone. That's what that was.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was so I literally after that game, I hopped off. I can't play another game. That was way too nice. I'm never gonna catch that again.
And having a game where you're not mad completely by the end of it, like, I can't have that. That's not part of my...
we lost too. It was like at the last second. It was still like everybody was cool with each other. It was cool. But Dumb Money.
We did see that movie, didn't we?
We got off on a crazy tangent.
It's fine. Look, the movie's great. I loved the movie.
We're gonna have a crazy tangent.
The movie's great. The music, I think you're right. The music is kind of odd. There's some cringe stuff, and I don't think a lot. I think the demographic for this movie is primarily younger folks.
Yeah, like our age, around the 20, like the mid 20s to early
because
30s maybe.
This movie focuses on meme culture. That is what happened. Was meme culture rose up for a minute.
Yeah, meme stocks. Yeah. That's the same thing with it happened again with into crypto. Meme coins. Mm-hmm. It's exactly the same thing. The only difference is that this was taken over by us, the people, rather than a Logan Paul pump and dump scam.
Right.
Guys, trust me, it's the next big thing, and then you scam at all your people that invest.
Of course.
It's different. This was like, hey, guys, check this out. And then it's working, and then we're all profiting,
Yeah. Look at all of us getting something finally getting the dub we all needed. Mm-hmm. Oh, man, I loved it. What are we at? Oh my God. Okay. Yeah. House. We should probably do Banana Meter. Unless you had.
No, let's do it.
No? Okay.
Bring them in.
Come on
boys,
in.
Come on in, boys.
Come on in.
It's just one minion. Look at him.
It's a single one.
It's just one. What's up, buddy? Where's the rest of you?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
They're moving out.
Yeah, I'm in the process of moving, so I've gotten them doing most of the work right now, though they kind of are just packing some boxes, unpacking it, putting it in a different box. It's kind of very circular.
Except this guy, he's just hanging in the back. You want to come on camera? Oh, no.
And you can see he's actually, him in particular, he's wearing my suit and my tie because I've made him the supervisor. This is the only one I can really trust.
Oh, nice to meet you, supervisor. Let me shake your hand. Oh, sorry,
yes,
Dr.
pass the camera. Yeah.
Okay, doctor. He's a doctor. Cool.
Yeah, okay, yes.
Good for him.
That's the name I've given him, just Doctor.
Doctor.
That's my favorite minion, Doctor.
Oh, Dr. Banana, he says. But okay.
Yeah, I like Dr. Banana a lot.
Contradicting.
All right, thank you, Dr. Banana. If you could just put the banana meter over there. Thank you.
One minion. That was nice.
Bro,
nice
it's
and calm.
I'm starting to get the hang of this. They might be rambunctious in the new setup next week. We'll see. By the way, I'm moving, so say goodbye to this setup. Oh, it's all gone. The beautiful blank wall that we've had in the middle here is going away.
I'm gonna miss you, Wall.
Oh no.
I'll see you soon, Jeff.
Yep. You want to go first or me? Good job.
Just paying my respects.
Good job, idiot.
Jeff has to stay above me.
He will keep him above you somehow. He's watching over you every day.
Dad.
He is your dad. He is your dad, of course. Do you want to go first or me?
Yeah, I could start it off.
All right.
This is a simple movie. I mean, it's nothing crazy. There are some awkward, kind of cringe moments, but you're gonna toe that line, I think, when you get a really big cast in something that was so engulfed in meme culture like this.
Yeah.
I will say they did a great job of being in touch in a lot of areas, like when it comes to using Redditor mods, or sorry, Redditor mods, doing Reddit, and then, you know, some of the TikTok stuff and all that. So they did a pretty good job of keeping it grounded in that.
Yeah.
There's a few cringe moments, but that, I don't know if that comes from the writing or maybe a little bit of the actors too. Like, there's no way America Ferrera is an internet Reddit lord. It's hard to believe.
That seemed very odd to me.
Yeah, I just saw her in Barbie a couple of weeks ago going on a crazy like feminist rant, and now we got her doing a crazy Reddit rant. So it's like it's a little weird.
Yeah,
close together. But
she's doing a lot. Which more power to her. Good for her.
She's killing it currently. I mean, we're gonna see more of her for sure. She's a good actress. But definitely a little weird choices here and there. But all in all, I mean, it's hard to find too many complaints. It's funny. Yeah, it's memey. It's relevant. Very relevant story that just happened. And I don't think we ever got to see him as like a bad guy, which I liked that. They never, because the movie could have easily been narrated to make him look like a bad person, or like he was scamming, or he knew something illegal was going on. Yeah, like this movie definitely feels like they wanted to get the facts out and make these companies look bad. You know, it was definitely for the people. So I liked that. I liked that they kept it that way. Game-changing movie. I'm gonna give it. It's like a 85 for me. Okay. I liked it. I think it was great. Yeah. It reminds me of The Big Short, which is one of my favorite movies.
I love The Big Short. I just rewatched that like 2 weeks ago.
Amazing. The Big Short's amazing, but I think it's hard to compare the two. It's similar storylines. Yeah. But that one was in a more serious tone and just done beautifully. Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm living at 85. I like it there. I think it was fun. I had a good time. I'd rewatch it.
Yeah. Because I think The Big Short is a good comparison. Because they're kind of the same content, just they're similar scenarios, but taken in very different circumstances. The thing I
also had a big cast as well.
It did. The thing I really liked about The Big Short, though, was that they took the time during it to elaborate a bit more on things going on. When they're trying to detail to the audience, what does a short actually mean? What is wrong with the mortgage loans that are being put out? They had these funny moments to explain them to you.
Here's Margot Robbie in a bathtub to explain to you what shorting is.
Yeah, and she has an entire monologue about it, and it's hilarious.
Yeah, no, I do appreciate those moments, because there are some moments in this movie that go over my head, but that's just because I'm not a genius.
The stuff with Robinhood, specifically the app and how they were trying to make money and everything, I was like, I really don't understand what's going on here. I don't know what the $3 billion was for. I just know it seems corrupt. It seems stinky somehow. Yeah. But like, I didn't understand that. So smarter people might know. I don't know. But I think probably the weakest part of this movie is just how many like other plots there are. They're relevant in the sense of trying to make it known to the audience of like, this is the people's story, but they're all over the place in America, right. Which is cool. But it was a little bit. It was kind of just a lot.
Yeah, I think they had to do that because his story isn't crazy exciting. I mean, this all took place over the span of 6-8 months. And how do you make it more exciting? Because it was just a straight success, and then it was, oh no, Congress, no, we're good. Yep. So it's kind of hard to make an hour and a half of a movie based off of all good things going on. They had to put something else. So yeah. They did decent with it though. Like some of them we could have done without probably GameStop guy. And maybe I don't know. Everything else was good. I liked all the other ones.
But I really enjoyed the acting in this film. In particular, like I said, was Pete Davidson. He stuck out to me a lot. I've never really cared for him that much. This movie, I was like, okay, I see the potential in you, buddy, which is cool. Also, Seth Rogen, I actually really enjoyed in this movie. In like a actual professional vibe. I think it's the fact he's fully shaved.
Really? I think for me, why I liked him so much is because he didn't laugh once.
That's true. Movie. He just seemed like a normal human being in this movie.
Because Seth Rogen, he's a great actor.
It seemed like it in this movie.
Yeah, he's a good actor. He just when he starts laughing, that's when you immediately go, Seth
Ah,
Rogen.
yeah.
Pineapple Express, Seth
Right.
Rogen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, funny.
Seeing him in and maybe he's done more dramatic roles recently. I haven't seen him a lot other than Donkey Kong and Super Mario.
He was also in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yes, he was.
So get it right.
But I haven't seen him.
Yeah.
Right. So I really enjoyed him. A lot of the acting in this movie was just really good. They had a solid cast for this. These kinds of stories also hit me very hard, and I really enjoy them. So I'm gonna give it a 90. I think it's very fun. I think if you are not aware of meme culture stuff though, you may be turned off by this movie.
Yeah, or obviously you have to know a little bit about either this story or the stock market to appreciate the movie.
Yeah.
Because for me, I don't know much about the stock market, but I know about this story. Mm-hmm. But I think if I didn't know about either, I would have been pretty lost.
Yeah.
So, but it is probably this story in real time that made me learn a little bit about the stock market, which is why some of it I understood what was going on. But you're right. The Robin Hood stuff, I was going right over my head. I was like, well, I don't know what's going on.
That entire storyline is like, I have no idea what's going on.
And people are yelling at us right now because you're Redditors, but that's fine.
That's fine.
Free interaction. Keep it going.
That's the internet.
Yeah.
That's the internet being anonymous and mean, and go for it. That's fun.
Send it. I'll just comment back. Say free comment. TY.
All right. With that, great movie. I was very pleased with this movie. Very glad we got to see it. Boom.
Put her there, partner.
Put her there. And with that, thank you so much for listening to Straight Dude Date Night. We do hope you enjoy. And as always, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube. Like and follow and comment, all that good stuff. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok. Leave us a review on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all of the stuff, and tell a friend about it.
It's 5 fingers.
Yeah, there's so much going on. We have more stuff that we're trying to do here soon as well. So be on the lookout for that. So thank you for supporting us, and great job.
Spooky season approaches, David. Be ready.
Boo! Bad.
Spooky season's
I
on
don't
its
want
way.
this. Very
I'm
bad.
ready for it.
I'm not.
Comment below what you want David to watch for spooky season.
Don't comment anything.
He's not a scary movie guy.
I don't want comments anymore.
We will nix all super demonic stuff.
I'm not going to.
Anything that's not past demonic, send it in. We'll watch it.